Now, I'm all for conspiracy theories, okay? Someone once said the difference between a conspiracy theory and a conspiracy is about 6 months. Maybe it's not quite as short as that, but and not all conspiracies, okay? Now, there is a huge conspiracy out there that some celebrities are cloned, right? For some whatever reason. I take it like I saw one about Britney Spears, how she's a clone, she's not her. They swapped her out and all this sort of stuff. I take it with a pinch of salt. But when it comes to my main man, Jim Carrey, right? I mean, for me, Jim Carrey, when I was younger especially, he got me out of some seriously like dark times as a kid. You know, I basically modeled my personality on him throughout school. My nickname to some people was Jim, and you could probably even tell sometimes when I do my facial expressions, I get it. It just comes out of me. It's just, that's what it is. He's such a huge influence on my life. So when this came out, I was like, no. Just leave Jim alone, right? So, as you can clearly tell, I'm here to tell you that this version of Jim is Jim. It is Jim Carrey, right? And I'm going to be breaking it down to his face, his eye color, left and right-handed, his voice, his actions, and also other people that have been claiming to be him, who actually went to these Caesar Awards. So, he went to Caesar Awards in Paris. And this is the the clip that's absolutely going viral, is breaking the internet. And I'm telling you, when I say breaking the internet, it's all over the shop, mate. Who the hell is that guy? Fans convinced something is seriously off with viral Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey interview at French Film Awards, shock fans, impersonator. Bizarre theory emerges as Jim makes rare appearance. You know, it's all over the shop. And so many people are making videos about it. Saying that he's been cloned or it's his double or something like that. I don't know. Now, I know that there's going to be a large amount of people that jump on this, whether they believe it or not. They just go, okay, this is getting traction. This is going to go viral. I need to make a video about this, okay? I'm here to tell you, I'm putting it to fucking bed, okay? I'm putting it to bed.
Prediction. Oh, loved it. It's so beautiful. And having Michelle, Camilla Cotano, that was also amazing. It was just a brilliant evening, really brilliant evening. Oh my gosh. Benjamin Olivier was off the hook. I mean, I can't believe he committed to doing all that.
That's not Jim Carrey. That is not Jim Carrey. It's not him. It is so blaringly obvious. I, like everyone, has seen like the Selena Gomez theory. I'd heard about cloning, I'd heard about all that stuff, and was always like, that's not Jim Carrey. As my favorite actor and comedian of all time, I know that man. I have seen all of his interviews, him in all of his roles, know his mannerisms. That is not him. That's not him. Look at his mannerisms in that video. Look at his face. His face is different. The same man who said awards are meaningless, that those people are evil, that all of it's meaningless. I don't know where Jim Carrey is. I'm gonna be praying for him for his safety, because that man, that is not Jim Carrey.
What the fuck is this? So this is supposed to be Jim Carrey? Look at his eye color compared to the imposter.
Also amazing.
So everybody thinks this is a fake Jim Carrey.
Evening, really brilliant.
Shit.
Evening. Oh my gosh.
They're doing this?
Was off the hook. I mean, I can't believe he committed to doing all that. I was really, is this about someone else? My favorite funny face is the one I'm wearing right now.
Thank you so much, Jim.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Dude, there's no way, right? Like, what is this? Gold. I mean, this looks like bullshit, honestly. Like, trying to make Jim Carrey one of the worst psyops in the world. Jim's scary.
Jim's scary. Hang on, let's rewind. We can't just build this conspiracy theory purely off of the face of Jim Carrey, how it's changed, because that would be silly, right? All right. So the reason why I think a lot of people are suggesting this is because he went through some sort of like almost like a transition, a sort of like an enlightening moment in his life where he basically said, I give up being Jim Carrey, this character. And then he tries to expose Hollywood with the Illuminati and things like that. This clip, obviously, about him went viral.
The gang sign, have you, oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is. I have no idea. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue. Oh, I like it. For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on. You know, and they get out there in the woods in a circle naked and they decide these things.
This is the other thing as well that, you know, suggested that he could have been taken, swapped, cloned.
Of a villain. Kidnapping children is not what great nations do. There's a sinister deep state diabolically plotting to what? Give them health care? You know, there's no meaning to any of this. So I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join. And here I am.
They're
I
celebrating.
mean, you got to admit it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating
Do you believe
icons.
in
Boy,
icons?
that is just the absolute lowest aiming, you know, possibility.
So yeah, so he's called out a load of things right there in those videos, and this is what I think why people are suspecting that he's not him anymore. They've changed him, they've swapped him out. And then there's many more. There's many other sort of like interviews where he just wants so much more of a calm, full life, right? And also I think that after Sonic, I think it was Sonic 2, he said, that's it, I quit. You know, I am enough, I've done enough. And he sort of retired.
Well, I'm retiring. Yeah.
Really? Why?
It depends. It depends if, you know, if the angels bring some sort of, you know, script that's, you know, written in gold ink that says to me that it's going to be really important for people to see, I might continue down the road, but I'm taking a break. Yeah.
Well, we need.
I really like my quiet life, and I really love putting paint on canvas, and I really love my spiritual life, and I feel like, and this is something you might never hear another celebrity say as long as time exists, I have enough. I've done enough. I am enough.
Regarding his face, right? He's basically just had surgery. Facelift, Botox, or whatever you call it, right? Just, I mean, can you remember Mickey York? Unrecognizable. Unrecognizable. This was like, you know, midway through his journey of face changing. Look, bang, bang, bang. It's crazy. This is a doctor talking about his face change. All right, here we go.
And I watched everybody like talking 1,000 miles an hour up there, receiving their awards, and I was like, I'm dead. And I made mistakes, and I was like a novice, but I felt a lot of love, and I felt a lot of appreciation that I tried.
A lot of people are asking me to comment on Jim Carrey's appearance, and you can see this is him in 2006, and apparently this is him now.
Yeah,
He
20
appears to have
years
had
later.
an endoscopic brow lift, as evidenced by his brows being higher than before and his hairline being back a little bit. I also think he may have had some Botox injected into his forehead and an upper blepharoplasty. You can see how his eyelids are significantly more open than they used to be. He also may have had a mid-face and a lower facelift, lifting both his cheeks and the lower face and jowl region. And it does appear he's had some fat grafting into his cheeks to plump them up as well. His nose also looks quite a bit longer and refined. This could be a sign of a rhinoplasty. So either Jim Carrey has had a considerable amount of facial plastic surgery, or This isn't Jim Carrey, and it is a doppelganger? Or maybe he's playing some type of trick on us? What do you think?
I would say out of all of it, it's Jim playing a trick. But I don't think it is. I think it is literally just surgery, like he says. Now, this was him 8 months ago. Oh, by the way, I'm not even going to get into it. There is also a viral video that's popping around showing Jim Carrey on like the late night show or something like that, with short hair, and then he jumps onto this Caesar Awards with long hair, and they're like, how can he grow his hair that long? Well, that viral clip actually was a talk show back in 2006, I believe. Okay, so just because someone says this was 8 months ago, it doesn't. This is 8 months ago.
Did you notice the yellowish shadow on Jim?
He just goes into his closing, right? So there's a doctor saying about the Botox and potentially like having all these different facelifts and stuff like that. Okay, and then you got this with the makeup. All right. So look, that's my theory on the face. Okay, pretty legitimate theory when you look at other people who've had these facelifts. Look at bloody what's her face now as well? How face changes, how faces can change dramatically. What's her name? Kelly Osbourne. Completely different person. Yeah. So yeah, that's the face change. Now let's look at the eye color.
Have you noticed that Jim Carrey's eyes have changed from brown to green? 3 details suggest he is not the real Jim Carrey. When Jim Carrey attended the César Awards in France, not only did his face look swollen and his hair grow longer, but even his habits had changed. Many people suspected that the person accepting the award was not Jim Carrey himself. First, Jim Carrey's eye color has changed. His eyes have always been dark brown, but
that film, Ace Ventura, was what, like 1994. Not just the reason I'm saying that is because that film back then, he was a lot younger, okay? And no matter what you think, eye color does change as you get older. The pigment goes. The pigment can leave as you get older, okay? As well as things like trauma. It can change through illness. It can change through cataracts. But mainly, I think, as you get older, pigment can just start to lose, right? And also, you've got to remember, back then in Ace Ventura, back in 1994, like the color grading, the colors of movies were so different color graded to what they are now, right? It's not like your mobile phone right? It's just things were much more contrast and richer back then, especially with the Ace Ventura era, right?
César Awards under the camera, his eyes appeared distinctly green. Second, Jim Carrey signed autographs for fans with his right hand.
Right, in fact, get into the right hand. Now, I've got a picture. I saved a picture of Jim Carrey, okay? This is a picture of his Instagram. On his official Instagram. Look, you can see his eyes there. Aha! Well, I color graded them. That's his eye color. Right? That. We all remember a Jim Carrey like that. Really? Well, that's his actual eye color right now. Well, this is actually like probably a couple of years ago. So that's his eye color. Here's another one that I've got right here. Look how dark his eyes are there, right? However, zoom in a little bit. Look at his eyes here, guys. Look at his eyes there. They almost look green or blue. Yeah? I'm just saying that and also, the main thing, if you were to send somebody that's not Jim Carrey, a clone or a double of some sort, you go to all that length to make him look as much as Jim Carrey as you can, but forget to put contact lenses in. Contact lenses is the cheapest thing you can do to change somebody's appearance. Why wouldn't you just put contacts in? Yeah. So this is down to lighting. And also, if you look at him up on stage, his eyes go darker, right? It depends on what light, angle, and everything like that. My missus has got dark brown eyes. Dark brown eyes. I look at her sometimes when I'm driving, right? And when the sun's beaming on her face, her eyes go like golden, like hazel golden. It looks beautiful. The eyes like change color, right? So I'm putting that to bed. This is the picture of him. What? Maybe, I don't know. I'm speculating here. A couple of years ago, but that's his eye color. That looks quite a pretty. Yeah, maybe it's slightly oversaturated, right? But that's his eye color. You throw some, more lighting on that. It's that's what it is. I also have to say, I've seen so many clips of that video, and each clip looks like his eyes are changed color even more. I think that some people have been color grading his eyes. They've jumped on the bandwagon of his eye color, and they've just gone, oh, let's just color grade this, change his eye color, and go even further on it. Look at his face there. His eyes look quite bright there. That's him. You can't argue that's not him. His eyes look quite bright. Depending on the angle and the lighting and everything else. Okay? Look his brown eyes there. Look at his brown eyes. While he's getting the award.
Mon français?
Right? Look how brown his eyes look there, right? Okay, so just cut it out. Now, the next one, we're moving on quicker now. Left and right-handed. The internet, if you say, is Jim Carrey left or right-handed? Jim Carrey left-handed. Viral right-handed autograph video sparks clone rumors. Jim Carrey left-handed. Right hand signing fuels clone rumors. Sparks clone conspiracy actor. Left-handed, right? So people are going crazy because they all say he's left-handed. So I looked into it, right? He's not left-handed.
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure to see you. The Grinch is one of my favorite movies.
So like that's left-handed, and I've looked as well because sometimes, obviously, on phones and people can flip things around. There are videos of where I've looked at the street writing and things like that, and it's the right way around. So here he's right-handed, but people are saying no, he was always left-handed. He was always left-handed. Okay, so we look at Peugeot that said on the side. So he's writing with his right hand there. So let's go a bit further back, right? Cineworld Empire. It's the right way round. Okay, now right-handed.
Jim, I got the mask, please.
Right-handed.
Jim.
You can't deny that's Jim Carrey right there. He's right-handed. Let's go back even further.
I was one of them too.
Jim Carrey is right-handed.
Where are you from, man? Michigan?
I'm from
school, Michigan, though. Oh, yeah?
I'm from Michigan.
Right over here.
Thanks, Jim.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
Thanks.
Next one, I want to get you, and I want to get you.
Thanks so much, Jim.
And you too.
Yeah. That's a long run. Out of shape.
No, it's all right.
Appreciate it. Am I signing the Horton?
Don't beg, man. It's unbecoming.
Yeah, that's not cool, right? Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it.
That he was accepting of who you are. I wanted him to be able to stare at you and heal you from the painting. You can find every race in the face of Jesus. And I think...
Okay, right-handed. Now, I want to just talk about his voice here now, okay? Because people are saying, like, it doesn't sound like him. Jim Carrey is an absolute legend, a veteran when it comes to, red carpet events, public speaking, cameras being on him. He's obviously gained an ability to read a room, right? this goes in hand with some of his actions as well. Just try to ignore his actions a moment. But when you talk about these Caesar Awards in Paris, right? The city of love. French people, very passionate, warming. I want you to look at this video here.
Nous sommes tous épris de votre visage, de sa capacité à s'étirer, à défier les lois de la gravité et de la dignité aussi, parfois. Cette capacité à passer dans le même plan d'un homme extrêmement séduisant à un hamster fou. Nous sommes subjugués par votre énergie, votre folie, votre technique quasi surnaturelle. Mais je crois que ce qui vous rend unique, c'est ce que votre visage nous permet de ressentir. Votre talent d'acteur a quelque chose de profondément humaniste. Vous rendez la vulnérabilité visible sans jamais la juger. Vos personnages sont embarrassants, excessifs, déplacés. Ils sont trop bruyants, ils sont trop naïfs, ils sont trop amoureux, ils sont trop seuls. Ils échouent à être ce que le monde attend d'eux. Et au lieu de les corriger, vous les aimez. Vous n'avez pas un comique de supériorité, vous ne riez jamais des autres. Non, vous riez depuis l'intérieur de l'expérience humaine. Vous nous rappelez que le ridicule n'est pas une faute, que la fragilité n'est pas une faiblesse, qu'être humain, c'est être parfois complètement débordé par soi-même. Et c'est pas grave.
So, I didn't understand a word of that. And maybe he didn't either, okay? But what I would say is you could see how emotionally connected he was, how emotionally connected she was, how she spoke with emotion. Yeah? This whole setting was very emotional, passionate, and very feeling. This is why his interviews, his talks afterwards, was calming, relaxing. If he came out and he was like, yeah, this is so damn great, another award for myself! Like, it's not, he's reading the room. He's been touched. He's now on a spiritual journey of just like this accepting. This is probably why he went to these awards, because it meant something. It finally meant something. Right, to him and to the people in that room. And so his speech was, you know, was calming. Not his speech, sorry. His interviews afterwards was calming. He was so blessed and touched and felt complete love from people. And I think that also being somebody that, I suppose, is expected to make people laugh, expected to be eccentric, expected to be energized all the time. And then you throw yourself into those situations, because people were talking about his actions of where it seemed quite forceful or over the top. Now, this is probably him going, I just want to be me. But I know that people are expecting some sort of action of Jim Carrey.
Comment était mon français?
I mean, even his little gestures, you could tell, like, that's just Jim coming through. But he's obviously torn with, you know, like, this is so heartwarming, but I've got to be Jim Carrey, but I can't be too over the top. I can't be this, you know, as well as a different language, completely a different language barrier right there. Although he does very well.
Presque médiocre, non? Pardonnez-moi, je ne parle pas que le mot français, mais je l'emprunte juste.
Look how brown his eyes are there, by the way.
Ma langue est fatiguée. Je vous aime tous Du fond du cœur, merci.
Like the side profile is just so Jim. It's just so Jim, right? He's humbled. He's humbled there, man. He's taken it in emotionally. Well, there you go. Right, and then we get to the people that have claimed to be him, right? There's a person called Alexis Stone, a British makeup artist, professional person that, like, makes them transforms themselves into the internet is going, guys, by the way, it's just come out proof that Alex Stone was Jim Carrey. He made the makeup and he went to the Paris Awards. Now, reason why people are jumping on that, probably because they've heard other people say it and they're saying it themselves. But look, this is the post. Alex Stone as Jim Carrey in Paris. Maybe because he's thinking, like, he's jumping on. Everyone's saying how this isn't, you know, Jim Carrey and it's a mask or whatever. He's gone, well, I'm a professional makeup artist. I impersonate people sometimes. I'm just going to make this post to, you know, he's not claiming that he's doing it. He's not publicly saying, look, I went to Paris, the awards as Jim Carrey. This is how I've done it. He's just done that, done this, and done that. And so everyone's going, oh, it's actually him. But some people are saying, actually, it's not him. It's this other chick, Heather Shaw. Heather Shaw, right? She's basically the female version of Jim Carrey. People are saying it's Heather Shaw. It's all out. Proof's out there, guys. It's Heather Shaw. Well, listen to this.
I was on a flight this morning and then I got off and saw everybody tagging me in this video. Everyone keeps tagging me saying that I'm his clone. I'm not his fucking clone. I'm in an airport in New York. If I was his clone, I'd be in a mansion somewhere. And they keep saying that he's been replaced. Replaced with what? It's just face work. Has nobody seen Real Housewives of anything? The man has just had some fillers. I think he looks great for 60-something.
67?
He looks fine. He looks like a normal aging guy that also got some Botox and fillers. He's not been replaced, guys. And I'm still here. A lesbian who looks like a man. Vintage Jim Carrey face. I can at least say that I now have vintage Jim Carrey. The clone theories are crazy. I'm not a clone. If I was a clone of Jim Carrey, could I do this? No, but there are people out there who really think that I was made in a lab. And also now there's people...
So, yeah, so she's not him either, okay? So that's it. That's my view. If you still think that that's not Jim Carrey after I've broken all this down, his face, his eye color, his left-handed, his voice, his actions, I don't know, okay? Anyway, I'm leaving it there. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.